Today I want to show you the gear that I use to create all my photography work. Yes, this is one of those what is in my camera bag videos. Quick note, all the gear that I use, I will leave a link for them in the description below in case you want to check it out for yourselves. All right, with no further ado, let's talk about what is in my camera bag. So this camera bag is great because it has a lot of different pockets. It has a lot of different spots that I can put all my lenses and my camera. First, it has a little pocket here where I keep things like this. Now this is a printer for my camera that I can just connect to my camera and print out my photos. So whenever I'm doing street photography, I can print out the photos that I take using this. I have yet to try this, but I can't wait. Now this was a birthday gift from my girlfriend. And the other thing I have in it is just lens caps. So yeah. Okay, so now let's get to the interesting parts, lenses. This is my 50mm f1.8. It is also known as the Nifty 50. It is a great lens and it's awesome in low light and it's even great for portraits. Now this isn't my main portrait lens. I have another lens that I use for my portraits that I will show you later on in this video. But this is great because first of all, it's cheap and then it's light. It doesn't take a lot of space. It has a very wide aperture of f1.8, so you can shoot in low light and you can get a very blurry background whenever you're taking shots with it, even during the day. Now, I will take this lens out when I'm doing portraits if I'm taking photos of a group of people, because usually I use my 85mm for portraits. But if I want a wider view, then I'll switch over to the good old 50mm and take a shot this way. It's also great. You have a switch here for focus or control. By the way, I've done a review of this lens on this channel that you can watch right here. Okay, moving on. This is my main portrait lens. Look at this. This is my 85mm f1.4. Now this lens is just a beast, unsurprisingly. Almost 98% of the portraits that I shoot are shot with this lens. Now I've done a whole video covering this lens, a whole review on it, which you can watch right here. But what I will say about it is that it has a very wide aperture of f1.4, which always gives you this beautiful, smooth, creamy bokeh in the background. And if you're shooting in low light, this thing is also great. I've done some night street photography with it and it really, really shines there. Now, as I said, I will use this lens most of the time. If I have to take photos of, say, like a group of people, then I switch over to this, the 50mm f1.8. But if I have to take a photo of an even wider group of people, then I would switch over to my 24 to 105mm, which I can't show you right now because I'm using to film this video right now. And by the way, the camera that I shoot with is the Canon EOS R. I would show you that also, but I'm using it to film this video. So I'm filming right now with the Canon EOS R and the 24 to 105 f4 lens. It's a very wide lens, so I use it for very wide photos. If I have to take, like, at a wedding, if I have to take a photo of, you know, everyone together, then I'd use the 24mm. Now back to the 85mm. This is the lens cap, right? I always have this on when I'm outside during the day. It prevents like sun flares and sunlight to go into the lens and damage the photo. Next up, I have my GoPro with my chest strap. Now this is what I use to film all my behind the scenes and what I use to film my interactions when I'm out doing street photography. This is the GoPro Hero 8. I know it's not the most up-to-date, but it gets the job done. And this is just a chest strap that I can just put on myself and it sticks right here and it records all the interactions and it's really great. Sometimes it bugs out a little bit, like it would stop recording randomly, but I'd say 90% of the time, it's good. Then what I have is this. Now these are batteries, extra batteries for my GoPro, and this is the charging station for my GoPro batteries. So basically I put all the batteries of the GoPro in here and then I plug it in and it charges all of them at the exact same time. So It's very useful. Then I have this. Now this is the charger for my Canon camera, right? So what I do is, so this is the battery of my camera. I just put it on here and then I can plug it in and it charges. So I always have this in my backpack, in my camera bag, because say I'm doing a very long shoot day, then if I have a camera that gives out, I can charge it while I shoot with the other one, and this way I can last all day. Now, in a couple months, well, in a few months actually, I have a big wedding and it's actually gonna be in a boat. So I don't think I'll be able to charge my batteries, so I'm probably gonna have to buy a few extra batteries for this day. Now, it is March and the shoot is in June, so I have some time to save up some money to buy more batteries, but I'm definitely gonna have to do that. Next, I have this. Now, this is an ND filter. This is what I use for my 24-105 if I'm vlogging outside and it's really bright and I don't want to raise up my shutter speed too high. Then I use this good old ND filter. It's a variable ND filter, so I can control the brightness or the darkness of it. And yeah, it's basically sunglasses for your camera. So I always have it in my backpack. I keep it here in this little pocket here. It's really great. So that is the gear that I keep in my camera bag. Now this camera bag is also awesome because it has a little pocket here in the back. This. Now this one I can use to say put my computer in it, or I can put some documents. I have here some winter gloves because sometimes it gets so cold outside that I can't feel my fingers anymore. So I have my gloves in there just in case. I have a book here that I always keep with me. This book is actually a special book. It was also offered to me by my girlfriend. Now it also has a little spot here. Now this is a little pocket right here at the bottom. Here I keep, sometimes I keep snacks in there or chargers just in case. Here I put water bottles. I can keep my water bottles in there. It's very nice. And here, this strap here is for tripods. So I'm using my tripod to film this video right now, but if I'm traveling with it, I can just put it in here and tighten it like this. And that way I can carry my tripod with me wherever I go. Now, I do plan to upgrade some of this gear, not anytime soon, but it is in the works. For example, I do want to get a new GoPro because this is the GoPro Hero 8. It's really old and it bugs out on me sometimes and it just stops recording. And I want to get a new one, so this is in the works. And I might get a new camera soon. Well, this one works very fine, so I don't think I'll have to upgrade it. But as they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This camera still works pretty well, even after what? How old is this camera that I use? It came out in 2018, so it's 7 years old. This camera is 7 years. Wow, sometimes I forget how old my camera is. But it just works. It just works and it holds up. So I'm really grateful to have it. And yeah, this was my camera bag and what is in it. Again, all of this gear will be down in the comments if you want to check it out for yourself. Now, if you have any other questions or anything you want me to cover on in the next video, make sure to leave it in the comments below. Now, my gear is just one part of my photography business, right? Another part of my photography business is finding clients. Now, if you want to know how I do this and how you can find clients for your photography business, then you can watch this video right here. You can also click here to subscribe to my channel. But that's gonna be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Stay creative, keep creating. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next one.